This game just got insane. Season 1 added malignant hearts, socketables that go into jewelry, and we'll be focusing on what I think is the most important one that showcases just how genius the developers are and how bright Diablo 4's future is, especially in terms of build diversity and complexity. And disregard the gameplay in the background, it's just me leveling for the race to 100 hardcore in the Temple of Rod area. Okay, let's get straight into it. This is the first auto runner build Blizzard has introduced, where your main skill is to just move. It's just a bit complicated, but I will show you how to do this as best as I can. The class is going to be Necromancer, and the malignant heart we're focusing on is the Sacrilegious. The Sacrilegious heart states that walking near a corpse automatically activates an equipped corpse skill every second, dealing 40 to 30% reduced damage. Now, I see a lot of people using this with corpse tendrils, and that's great, but I think it can be a bit better if you use corpse explosion and turn it into a darkness skill with the perk behind it, and you'll be creating shadow damage over time fields that by themselves with a single cast can one-shot trash mobs. And when shadow damage and damage over time get scaled into the late game, it'll be one-shotting elite packs too. It's kind of crazy, honestly, pretty slept on. But because you're consuming corpses, all of your corpse consumption synergy comes into play as well. Now you want to grab the passives that grant you essence on corpse consumption and corpse creation on skill hit. And each individual tick from each shadow damage over time field from corpse explosion is counted separately from the other damage over time fields for the purpose of creating corpses from that passive. So now you have auto corpse creation, auto damage, and auto resource generation. But hold on, we're not done. That's phase 1 of the build. We're on to phase 2 now. What really makes this an auto runner, you'll want to grab the aspect that creates blood orbs on corpse consumption. And lastly, you'll want to grab the unique chest piece that creates a bone spirit when you grab a certain amount of blood orbs. Altogether, the malignant heart is casting corpse explosion, which creates more corpses and gives you resource and creates blood orbs. The blood orbs which you walk over in order to create bone spirits that deal a ton of damage. Now, of course, you cannot just make this an auto runner build and fill out the rest of your skill bar with real more skills and make it less janky and more viable. Plus, you'll definitely need decompose or reap to create that forced corpse to get the ball rolling on the whole build. But yeah, that's up to you, obviously. If you wanted to min-max it in order to make it as lazy of a build as possible, which I know I'm gonna try to do, and once I do and get all the puzzle pieces for it, I will definitely post that here. But for now, that's it. I thought you guys would just like to see that even with the addition of one specific mechanic in the game, one specific aspect like effect, it created an entire new subset of builds. And that is just so crazy to me that the skeleton of Diablo 4's base game actually allows for this kind of depth and complexity that actually kind of rivals Path of Exiles. And it's only the first season, so I just figured if a little bit of copium here, maybe we're gonna be able to see some content and some builds that rival Path of Exiles in their diversity and their complexity, while also still maintaining the streamlinedness that and fun that Diablo 4 is to play. I wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know how your day's going down in the comments below, and tell me if you're liking season 1 or not. Cheers.